How you doing? My name is Ruben Gabriel, the facility manager at the town of Enfield. Today we're going to do a tour of the Annex. I'm going to give you a walk of all the mechanical rooms, give you perspective on the conditions they're at. Right now, currently, a lot of areas do not have an AC, a lot of areas don't have heat. So right now we have a lot of leaks that we need to repair to keep the heat going. But again, that's a Band-Aid, not a permanent fix. So currently right now we're in the left side mechanical room. This is the old unit that has been abandoned, has been taken apart. They use some parts for the other side of the pool area. It has another mechanical room. There's 2 actual units that's needed for the pool from the old system. Currently there's no dehumidification, exhaust fan barely works. So a lot of times when you go in there on a hot day, it is very warm in that pool area. This side right here is the right side when you're facing the pool. This mechanical room air handler is currently working, barely. Is not working efficiently. You do need 2 proper exhaust and proper dehumidification. Luckily with the chemicals in the room, you don't get nothing, bacteria, anything growing in that area due to that. But ideally, we have to get these 2 units replaced, but replacing that will be a bigger project. Here we have 2 zone pumps. As you can see, corrosion overlay has to be replaced, can't be repaired. So pretty much just repiping this whole 2 valves. That's circular pump. All this piping here has to get redone over the corrosion, oxidation. You can't break them apart. This is a pneumatic actuator. Works off the pneumatic system. Here's another pump. Can't be repaired, has to be replaced. We have zone valves. We can't isolate the system. We have to drain the whole system out. That's your pneumatic controls. As you can hear it hissing, that hissing is for air leaks. There's multiple air leaks in the system, so it's constantly drawing air. Another pneumatic valve. Okay. All right, it's an air handler for the gymnasium area. Currently right now, these units are over 70 years old, as you can see the date. They stopped manufacturing these units back in the mid-60s, and they're in. As you see, coils, corrosions, all these vents need to be replaced, all repiped. Again, as you see, this is aged. That's your pneumatic actuators for the dampers. Another pneumatic actuator. These haven't been serviced. They have to be replaced or updated. This is your second half of the air handler system for the gymnasium. As you can see, a lot of these pipes are corroded. You cannot break these bolts off. They has to be literally cut and repiped. I do not know the condition of pipes under this insulation. So currently right now it'll be a whole repipe of pretty much from the main trunk up. So all these sections gotta get repiped. As you can see, the corrosion build up. This is not like just spray it down, break it, and it comes off. It has to be repiped 100%. All these sections, as you hear the hissing again, that's another actuator for pneumatic system. It is leaking. That is not good to have hissing leaks in the system. Constantly drawing air. Another actuator there. As you can see, this is your air handler. Again, motor's been replaced as we need them. As you can see, this is another Buffalo unit. I did do manufacturer specs on that one. That's when it was built, 1953 to 60s. They're not being manufactured no more. So I do see that the building was activated in 71, but these units are over 70 years old. So even after the corrections, you still have a 70-year-old air handler. This is currently not working in the gym. As you can see, it's unrepairable. So right now we're in the penthouse for the auditorium. I know last November we did have a major leak on this system. Butch was able to replace it. It did flood the lobby. It was replaced, but again, these pneumatics actuate the heat. As you don't know, heat here is either all on or all off. There's no variation, there's no modulation. It's either heat or no heat. As you can see, all the corrosion on these pipes. Doing a repipe, this is your old air handler. Again, we may try to maintain it as much as we can, but again, it's a 7-year-old unit. As you see, another one, it's a Buffalo. They're not manufactured no more. By the time the building activated, they were installed, but they stopped manufacturing them. We can't find parts for it. This is part of your system. Again, not being dated, it's dated. You can hear the air leaks in the system. And if we go outside to the roof, you'll see the old AC system that's not being used. This is a full replacement. There's not a repair. You see the trough box. This is your power. You can see, you go right through it. It's all rotted out. It's all has to be repiped, redone. upgrade it, and it's still not energy efficient. This mechanical room is for the B side, which is the science wing in that back hallway. Currently, right now, there is no heating system. So coming this winter, there'll be no heat in that back section. We had a major leak, so we turned it off. As you can see, it's still leaking. We are unable to isolate this section. So to make the repairs in this section, we have to drain the whole system completely to make the repairs. As you can hear the hissing meaning there's more pneumatic leaks in this building. So again, when you look at this back corner over here, all this section of pipe, this is not off the shelf. You can't buy the supply house. You must cut and weld and repair this whole system. As you can see, this was all put back in original to the building. These are your pneumatic actuators. Pneumatic actuators need to be serviced or replaced. You look at this, the electrical system. These are panels, transformer, more panels. It was grandfathered in back in the 60s. Now going forward, whatever we do, we have to move this whole equipment outside of a room, find a new location, and then revamp this whole system as well. So it'll be a full remodel of this whole mechanical room. This is the heating system for A side, inner and outer. The inner part of the classroom, the outside is the outside perimeter. Again, as you see this correction, these valves cannot be actuated. They can't be closed, so you can't isolate. Again, as you see, corrosion buildup here. This is a whole new pipe system. Yes, we have been changing pumps out to keep the heating going, but we're at the point no more we have to start repairing these leaks. These are all your pneumatics. As you see, there's no actuator on it. It's missing. These need to get replaced as well. So again, it'll be a full pipe job. This is your pneumatic actuators. This section too, either heat or no heat. There's no in between. If you hear the hissing behind you in this is your actuator system for the pneumatic system. As you hear the hissing, that is a leak. To find a leak in here, you have to go through each line one by one and repair the leak. It is not a simple task. It's a time sensitive thing. So that's your building management system for your heating system. So this currently D-wing mechanical area. As you can see, circulator, corrosion. That's your pneumatic actuators. One here, there's one here. As you can see, it's not connected. That's your damper. Nothing's connected. Needs to be replaced, serviced, rebuilt. Come over to your unit, another unit, over 60 to 70 years old, all original to the building. You see the condensation leaks. You see the corrosion in the pan. So this room right here is your AC system for the cafeteria. As you can see, you have pneumatic for heating just for the mechanical room. This is your original duct system. Again, another unit that's no longer manufactured, stopped being manufactured mid-60s. This is all original equipment. Currently not working. It needs to be repaired or replaced. It's kind of hard to find parts for this since the age is outdated. You do have pneumatic leaks in this section. If we come out higher to the roof, that way. This is your AC units that actually feeds that unit. Again, needs to be replaced. It's all original equipment from the building. All right, this section right here, this is your AC units for your auditorium. As you can see, they're beyond repair. These are all original equipment. Again, electrical troughs, these are your disconnects. As you can see, the troughs are no good, has to be redone. All new electrical, all new units. I believe we had a quote for these, I think it was $50 per section. This is the section, $50K per unit. So as you do the math, multiples. Again, if we did replace these for $50K each, you're still tying into a 70-year-old air handler. But again, all this electrical all has to be redone. It's all rotted out. It is all disconnected. There's no power into it now, but this is the age of units. Only unit we have in the rooftop is working. It is this one. But again, as you can see, from being on the roof, it has seen better days. So currently this system here is your most recent system. This was installed in 2005. This system is working, but again, 2005, 21 years old. As you can see, this current system is working now. As we go back in, we'll go back to original air handlers in that unit, which is 70 years old. So the units outside are pumping AC, cold refrigerant, into the building so these air handlers can move it throughout the building. Again, 2005 outside, over 70-year-olds inside. This is all original air handlers. This is your whole duct system. These are motors, as you see. Motors are spinning. They're currently working right now. Again, you have pneumatics are not connected, either all on or all off. As you see, the condensation buildup is normal, but normally all this will be insulated. Your energy efficiency rating is not doing too well. You see the condensation over the years. That's your metal breaking away. You have more pneumatics here. They're not connected. I can say there's no modulation, either on or off. These are actuators that work off the pneumatic system. When we go to the basement, I will show you the pneumatic air handler that basically produces air for the whole building. So this is mechanical. We have an active leak right now currently. We did get a quote back in November from Action Air to make replacement of this leak that's off right now. As you can see, the corrosion. All this again is custom pipe. Is usually welded. They put a flange on it, weld it, put it all together. So it's nothing off the shelf. Again, pneumatic actuators. These valves do not hold water. They can't hold close. Again, corrosion. The price we had in November, I don't know if it's still active. I have to find out, get it updated. It was $80K to fix this wall of pipes. And again, the $80K was only to make repairs of the leak to get the heat working. It wasn't guaranteed that the units are gonna work or any of that situation. It's basically just take care of the leak so the unit starts leaking and we keep the heating going. Again, over here, as you see, this unit is filled with glycol for the AC. When you go to the other side, you see the blue here. That's your oxidation from the unit. Other side, you'll see the blue lines. This whole thing needs to be drained, recharged. It's not a normal chemical. You basically have to get it updated to today. Exactly this actuator. You can see the piping. It is, all this needs to get repiped. And we only got a quota for that half. As you walk out, you see the blue pipe from the AC coil on the other side, and that will conclude this mechanical room. Again, your pneumatic controls, you'll hear a hissing. That is a leak. And this is what I'm talking about. All right, this is your main boiler room for the whole school. Currently you have boiler 1 and 2. I believe they were replaced between 15 to 20 years ago. These were replaced and installed. They're currently working, they're serviced, they're inspected every year. We go through it all. Currently there's no issues with that's your boilers that produce hot water to go through your heating system. That's what these 2 units do. There's 2 units. If you look in the back, I have 3 more little boilers. This is your domestic hot water for these 2. And the one to the right is your boiler for the pool. Keeps the pool water tempered. And again, you have pneumatic actuators throughout this whole basement that are not currently working, that need to be serviced. As the heart of the pneumatic system, that is your compressor. Currently, this unit is over 25 years old. We are no longer able to get a cert on this tank. So when the manufacturer came in to figure out a leak, this compressor is no good. It's so outdated, they can't find parts. So currently they give us a price to replace this whole compressor unit, which is new compressor, new tank install. I'm looking at $20,000. And depending on what's the turnaround time, might have to rent a unit to keep the pneumatics going. That's what we have currently on the shelf for, that price came in like not even a month ago. That was $20,000. Again, you have pneumatic system in the back, that's your actuators. This is your generator system. There's currently no automation system. Only thing I have is automation in the back corner that monitors the 2 boilers, let me know that it's on or off remotely. I can't control it, I can't turn it on and off, it just gives me a status. So that way if it does turn off in the middle of the night, I'm able to send somebody over here to get it back on. Right here, this is your transfer switch for your generator. Then over here, this side is your fire pump system. There's nothing wrong with it now. This does get inspected. It does get maintained. The biggest repair we had recently was change of 300 sprinkler heads throughout the whole school that failed on an inspection. And that was a bill we got taken care of this year.